hard in the yard at the big station. Sometimes he pulled coaches. Sometimes he pushed freight cars, but whatever the work, Duck got the job done without fuss. Work in the yard has been good. Would you like to have a branch line? Replied Duck. So Duck took charge of his new branch line. The responsibility delighted him. The line runs along the was busier than ever. Sir Topham Hatt was building a new station at the port. Duck It was an important day in the yard. Everyone was busy and excited, making notes and taking photographs. Duck took some freight cars to Edward's station. "Hello," called Edward. "He's the finest engine in the world," replied Duck. Trevor, the traction engine, is old-fashioned, but he doesn't care. He knows that he is really useful, like his friend Edward, the blue engine. Early one morning, Trevor was chuffing about the vicarage orchard. He had important news for Edward. "The vicar says that not all children are able to have holidays by the sea, so he's having a garden party to raise money for a seaside trip." "I'm going to be the star attraction," chatted Trevor. "I'd like to help too," sighed Edward, but it was a beautiful day, but Edward was worried.
One day, Percy arrived at the quarry to collect some stone for his freight cars. Snow and frost lay everywhere. There was not a sound to be heard. Percy ventured further. He found Mavis, the new diesel engine, resting in the shelter of some rocks.
"Cheer up, Mavis,"
he whistled.
"What? Mavis?
What are you talking about?"
"I can't understand." Goodbye. One day, Edward was talking to Trevor when Douglas steamed by. He was pulling a train of heavy coal cars. "Come on, Edward!" "What?" "I are old friends, and you and he have a lot in common, too." "We do?" quizzed Douglas.
"And what would that be?"
"Scrap," said Edward quietly. Thomas the Tank Engine has worked his branch line for many years and knows it very well. Wherever his orders, they'll stop and whoosh. That'll make them jump. He soon found his mistake. He tried to, but he couldn't. He tried to stop, but he couldn't. He just kept rolling along. He didn't dare look at what was coming next. There was the station master's house. The station master was about to have breakfast. "Horrors!" cried Thomas and shut his eyes. The house rocked, broken glass tinkled, plaster was everywhere. There was worse to come.
You're a very naughty engine. I hope I can trust you to behave when you next come out of this shed.
Bertie the bus was giving some visitors a tour of the island of Sodor. It was their last afternoon, and Edward was prepared. "Shut up!" burst out Duck. "You're all jealous. Edward's shut up!" burst out Duck. "You're all jealous. Edward's
Thomas the tank engine was ill. Workmen had tried to make him better, but it was no use. Must take you to the works. Thomas felt very miserable. Then the fat controller spoke to Duck. Duck was delighted. He already knew Percy and soon made friends with Toby.
Terrence the
Tractor gave him a big welcome too. "Take care of Tom." Duck was very gentle with the...
Emily puffed carefully along the track. "How dare he say we'll do? How dare he say we'll do?" grumbled the coaches.
Told him how well Duck had managed. Thomas was so pleased to be home that he soon forgot to be jealous. The works had left Thomas as he saw Henry slowly approaching. But Thomas's brakes were not hard on, and suddenly he felt his wheels begin to move. He tried to stop, but he couldn't without his driver and fireman. He tried to whistle a warning, but he couldn't do that either. The guard... Stop! Shrieked Danny and Clarabelle. But Tom stopped the runaway. There, ready for action, was the fat controller.
The island of Sodor is a busy, bustling place. There is always lots for the engines to do.
Hello, Duck. Going fishing? I'd take care if I were you. What?
I know what I'm talking about. Beep, 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 beep. I don't want to go in.
Duck.
Oh, biscuits.
Bertram.
It's the fat controller.
Mavis is a diesel engine who works for the quarry company shunting freight cars in their sidings. She has 6 small wheels, a short stumpy funnel, a short stumpy boiler, and a short stumpy dome. He's a fussy little engine, too. Mavis had stopped in the wrong place. Instead of taking Toby's advice, she had given the cars the chance they wanted. Hold back.
Suddenly, the coupling snapped, and Stanley's trucks rolled away, faster and faster.
Oh no!
Smashed into the tower. As the tower crashed to the ground, bricks and dust exploded everywhere. All the hard work was wasted. The engines gasped in horror.
This is probably an isolated incident, or II for short. See?
Gordon.
That's how you do an acronym, okay?
What?